What's this?
A Song of Ice and Fire. Archmaester Ebro's history of the wars following the death of King Robert.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're doing a deep dive into the history of the most important families in the Game of Thrones universe. Be warned, there will be major spoilers for every entry in the series, including ones currently unreleased.
Shapka reagis anhan reagis andate.
In the name of Robert of the House Baratheon, the first of his name.
Don't look away.
King of the Andals and the first
Father will know if you do.
Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm. I, Eddard, of the House Stark, Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North, sentence you to die.
When the show begins, the Seven Kingdoms are ruled by 7 great houses. The North is the largest and coldest kingdom, ruled by the Starks. In the south, they're bordered by the Vale of Arryn and the Riverlands, alongside being a short sail away from the Iron Islands. These are respectively ruled by House Arryn, Tully, and Greyjoy. Heading further south, we find the Westerlands, the Reach, the Crownlands, and the Stormlands. These are similarly ruled by House Lannister, Tully, and the latter two by Baratheon during Game of Thrones.
9 years. Why haven't I seen you? Where the hell have you been?
Guarding the north for you, Your Grace. Winterfell is yours.
Where's the imp?
Will you shut up?
Who have we here? It must be Robb.
Historically, it was the Targaryens who owned the Crownlands, but they were exiled following Robert's rebellion. Finally, Dorne, the warmest and most difficult to conquer kingdom, lies furthest south, with House Nymeris Martell in charge.
Lost friend?
Forgive me for staring. I don't see many Lannisters where I'm from.
I don't see many Dornishmen in the capital.
We don't like the smell.
Come with me, lover.
Many of these houses have their origins in the Age of Heroes, a legendary period thousands of years ago. Brandon the Builder, famous for constructing the Wall, was the original Stark. Lan the Clever schemed his way into acquiring Casterly Rock, becoming the first Lannister.
I need you to become the man you were always meant to be. Not next year, not tomorrow.
The Reach was ruled by the Gardeners during this era, from whom House Tyrell claims descent.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I know they did terrible things at the end, but their ancestors built this. Sometimes severity is the price we pay for greatness.
I couldn't agree more.
House Tully also formed in this period, although they weren't kings until much later. Finally, there was the Grey King, who supposedly ruled the Iron Islands for 1,007 years, whom almost all houses in the region claimed descent. After this era came the Andals, who formed the houses Martell and Arryn. The Baratheons were formed during Aegon's conquest, making them the youngest house.
I want them both dead.
You'll dishonor yourself forever if you do this.
Honor? I've got 7 kingdoms to rule. 1 king, 7 kingdoms. Do you think honor keeps them in line? Do you think it's honor that's keeping the peace? It's fear.
The most important dynasty in Westerosi history is easily the Targaryens. They were formed far east of Westeros in the Valyrian Freehold.
In those days, House Targaryen stood at the height of its strength, with 10 adult dragons under its yoke. No power in the world could stand against it. King Jaehaerys reigned over nearly 60 years of peace and prosperity, but tragedy had claimed both his sons, leaving his succession in doubt.
They were one of the few families with dragons who survived the mysterious doom, potentially caused by the Faceless Men. After Daenerys the Dreamer foresaw the cataclysm, they relocated to Dragonstone in the Blackwater Bay, roughly 114 years before Aegon's conquest.
Our histories. They tell us that Aegon looked across the Blackwater from Dragonstone, saw a rich land ripe for the capture. But ambition alone is not what drove him to conquest. It was a dream. And just as Daenerys foresaw the end of Valyria, Aegon foresaw the end of the world of men.
Eventually, the Targaryens, the only remaining dragon riders on the planet, used them to subjugate the entire 7 kingdoms. Aegon began this endeavor in 2 BC, before conquest. He managed 6 out of 7, but Dorne wouldn't be conquered until centuries later. The Targaryens then relocated to the Crownlands, founding King's Landing and crafting the famous Iron Throne.
Aegon saw absolute darkness riding on those winds, and whatever dwells within will destroy the world of the living. When this great winter comes, Rhaenyra, all of Westeros must stand against it. And if the world of men is to survive, a Targaryen must be seated on the Iron Throne. A king or queen, strong enough to unite the realm against the cold and the dark.
After Aegon died in 37 AC, his eldest son Aenys became king. Instantly, there were 4 rebellions, mainly motivated by the fact that it was Aegon's sisters who conceived his children. This was traditional in Valyria, but not in Westeros.
Upon their birth, Selena and Rhaenyra's children shall take their father's name, Velaryon, in keeping with our traditions. However, at such time when their firstborn ascends the Iron Throne, he or she will do so bearing the name Targaryen.
Aenys prevailed, but their marrying customs brought them into conflict with the faith, leading to the faith militant uprising.
At the end of it all, a royal wedding between my daughter, my heir, your future queen, and Selena Velaryon, the heir to Driftmark.
Aenys fled and died in exile, leaving his younger brother Maegor the Cruel to become king. Maegor deposed the faith, then banned them from bearing arms, a law that was overturned by Cersei almost 3 centuries later.
She'll be protected the entire way. The faith militant are very stern with those who overstep their bounds. And Queen Marjorie isn't your mother. I suspect the gods will predispose the common people to gentleness on her behalf.
Maegor famously built the Red Keep, but became exceedingly unpopular, then died and was succeeded by Jaehaerys in 48 AC. He ruled for 55 years, overseeing a golden age. Jaehaerys' succession was especially messy. His preferred heir and son Aemon died before he did.
Over 1,000 lords made the journey to Harrenhal. 14 succession claims were heard, but only 2 were truly considered. Princess Rhaenys Targaryen.
The king decided to name his brother Baelon as his heir, rather than his daughter Rhaenys, a major character in House of the Dragon.
It's been 70 years since King Maegor's end. These nights are as green as summer grass. None have known real war. Their lord sent them to the tourney field with fists full of steel and balls full of seed. And we expect them to act with honor and grace. It's a marvel that war didn't break out at first blood.
Unfortunately, Baelon also died before becoming king, so a council was called, which named Baelon's son Viserys the heir. Viserys is the perfect example of the fact that being a moral person does not make for a good king. He spent his life trying to please everyone. This included his daughter Rhaenyra, whom he named his heir before having 3 sons with his second wife, Alicent Hightower.
Ah, Rhaenyra. You know I don't like you to go flying while I'm in this condition.
You don't like me to go flying while you're in any condition. Your Grace.
Good morrow, Alicent.
Did you sleep?
I slept.
How long?
Despite his good intentions, his decisions led to one of the worst wars in history.
My father and I are mere stewards of the king's will and wisdom.
And how exactly is that wisdom expressed? In blinks and wheezes? I'd be surprised if he could remember his own name, or if you could.
King Viserys' condition has worsened since you saw him last. It subjects him to considerable pain on the advice of the maesters.
The maesters?
Alicent wasn't fond of Rhaenyra becoming queen, so after Viserys' death, she hastily put her son Aegon II on the throne.
I saw him last night, before he... He told me he wished for Aegon to be king. It is the truth.
Rhaenyra was not at all happy, causing a war to break out. This was called the Dance with Dragons, which is the primary focus of House of the Dragon. There were 2 factions, the Greens, loyal to Aegon II, and the Blacks, loyal to Rhaenyra.
We grieve for Viserys the Peaceful, our sovereign, our friend. But he has left us a gift.
In the end, neither won. Rhaenyra deposed Aegon, but only sat on the Iron Throne for 6 months before dying. Aegon II came back, but it didn't take long before he was poisoned. In the end, Rhaenyra's son Aegon III became king after marrying Aegon II's daughter Jaehaera, uniting the 2 factions and ending the bloodbath.
Who is that?
Father. This is Aegon.
Aegon.
And this is Viserys.
Less is known about Aegon III than most Targaryen kings, largely because Martin's novel Fire and Blood ends at the beginning of his reign. During the dance, most dragons had perished.
Your cause owns a power that has not been seen in this world since the days of old Valyria. Dragons.
The Greens have dragons.
They have
as
3
well.
adults, by my count. We have Syrax, Caraxes, and Meleys. Your sons have Virmax, Arax, and Tyrax.
Aegon tried to prevent the extinction, but ultimately failed. And thus, dragons became extinct. Until Daenerys, of course. Aegon's reign ended in 157 AC, and then his son Daeron became king, only 14 at the time. Famously, he finally conquered Dorne, but they weren't happy with being subjugated and rebelled. It only took them 2 weeks to regain independence. Daeron died at 18, killed by the Dornish. Then his brother Baelor the Blessed succeeded him. Baelor built the Great Sept, alongside marrying a Martell, leading to a diplomatic conquest of Dorne.
There's something wrong.
You have nothing to fear, Your Grace. The trial will begin shortly.
Cersei is not here. Tommen is not here. Why do you think they are not here?
Baelor died after fasting for 40 days and was succeeded by Viserys II, son of Rhaenyra and brother of Aegon III. He only ruled for 1 year, but it was a busy reign.
Sparrow trivo se gauma kepus.
Nuhos odime. Kes nuhos demivos madulario cinus.
Dochem palit nut stati lux daor. En sin drasma koda brimas tu daor.
Karjba gieri ti demko isa.
Se paveso goskorio situmasta.
A 4th Aegon took over, who was easily one of the worst kings ever. Aegon had loads of illegitimate children, then on his deathbed, controversially legitimized them all.
It's only been half a year since my mother died, and already they tried to marry my father off and replace me as heir. I know those men and how they plot in their secret councils when I've been sent away.
Cannot worry at the matters of lords and kings, Rhaenyra.
This included Daemon Waters, who was given the Valyrian steel sword Blackfyre, traditionally held by the Targaryen kings. He named himself Daemon Blackfyre, then, after Aegon's death, rebelled against the new king, Daemon's brother Daeron the Good. This was the first Blackfyre Rebellion, which failed, leading to Daemon's death. His half-brother Aegor Rivers survived, then fled east and formed the famous Golden Company.
It's not impossible that she'll win. She won't. Her enemy's forces have been depleted, as she said they would be. 2 of the 3 dragons are dead. She's even the odds.
The city will fall tomorrow.
She has the Lannister army, she has the Golden
I defended
Company.
the city last time it was attacked. I know it better than anyone. It will fall tomorrow.
Then I suppose I'll die tomorrow, if not before.
Daeron eventually died in 209 AC, but his heir was tragically killed defending Sir Duncan the Tall in a tourney. His son Aerys became king, but it was a troublesome reign on account of the Great Spring Sickness and 2 more failed Blackfyre rebellions. After the first 2 men he named as heir died, his 4th son Mycah became his successor, ascending in 221 AC. Mycah ruled for 12 years, but died fighting a minor uprising in Dorne.
Did you ever wonder why the men of the Night's Watch take no wives and father no children?
No.
So they will not love. Love is the death of duty.
Fascinatingly, Maester Aemon was offered the throne, but instead lived the rest of his life in the Night's Watch. Instead, Mycah's son Aegon V, also known as Egg, took the throne, one of the most beloved kings in the series.
How good a knight are you?
You'll see. It's this way.
This is because during his youth, he squired for a hedge knight, Sir Duncan the Tall. Their adventures led to him having incredibly progressive views for a king.
Every knight needs a squire, and you look like you need one more than most.
Sir Erland raised me to be a true knight, not with sword or lance.
He was named Aegon the Unlikely as he was the 4th son of a 4th son. There was one more Blackfyre rebellion during his reign, led by Daemon III, which ended when Sir Duncan the Tall slayed the Blackfyre pretender at the Battle of Wendwater Bridge. Egg died after failing to revive the dragons in 259 AC in the mysterious tragedy of Summerhall, perishing in a fire alongside his beloved friend, Sir Duncan the Tall.
And so, I ask you again, how good a knight are you?
may be wise to run.
Won't they kill me if I run?
Egg's second son Jaehaerys then became king, but a year into his rule, the War of the Nine Penny Kings began. This is considered the final Blackfyre Rebellion before the events of A Song of Ice and Fire. The Blackfyre Meleys the Monstrous was one of the 9 invaders who sought to claim the Seven Kingdoms for themselves.
He murdered our father and would have murdered us. He'll murder you as soon as you have what he wants.
The Seven Kingdoms.
All of them.
And you don't want the Seven Kingdoms?
Your ancestors defeated ours and took the Iron Islands. We ask you to give them back.
And that's all?
We'd like you to help us murder an uncle or two who don't think a woman's fit to rule.
Meleys was killed by the heroic Barristan Selmy, making the Blackfyre male line extinct. After a 3-year rule, the Mad King Aerys took control. At first he wasn't that bad, but as time went on, he became increasingly evil.
You heard of wildfire?
Of course.
The Mad King was obsessed with it. He loved to watch people burn. The way their skin blackened and blistered and melted off their bones. He burned lords he didn't like. He burned hands who disobeyed him. He burned anyone who was against him.
His firstborn son Rhaegar ran away with Lyanna Stark, who was betrothed to Robert Baratheon. Robert thought Rhaegar had kidnapped Lyanna, but the two turned out to be in love, so they married in secret. Lyanna died giving birth to Jon Snow, who was raised by the iconic Ned Stark.
Take me to your crypt. I want to pay my respects.
We've been riding for a month, my love. Surely the dead can wait.
Ned.
Not long after, Jaime Lannister murdered the Mad King after he attempted to burn King's Landing to the ground. Robert became king, and for a while, Westeros was at peace.
I need you, Ned. Down at King's Landing, not up here where you're no damn use to anybody. Lord Eddard Stark, I would name you the Hand of the King.
I'm not worthy of the honor.
I'm not trying to honor you.
This brings us to the beginning of Game of Thrones and concludes almost 300 years of Targaryen rule. Robert was married to Cersei Lannister, but his heart belonged to Lyanna. Unbeknownst to him, his 3 heirs, Joffrey, Tommen, and Myrcella, were secretly fathered by Cersei's brother Jaime. This development led to the War of the Five Kings after Robert's death.
Daenerys Targaryen has wed some Dothraki horse lord. What of it? Shall we send her a wedding gift?
Knife, perhaps a good sharp one, and a bold man to wield it.
She's little more than a child.
Oh. Soon enough that child will spread her legs and start breeding.
Tell me we're not speaking of this.
Oh, it's unspeakable to you?
So, which Targaryens remain at this point in the story? Aerys' 2 children, Daenerys and Viserys, survived and fled east.
I am a Khaleesi of the Dothraki. I am the wife of the great Khal, and I carry his son inside me. The next time you raise a hand to me will be the last time you have hands.
Aemon still resides in the Night's Watch, where he befriends Jon Snow, who is eventually revealed to be the son of Rhaegar. In the books, there's also the mysterious young Griff, who claims to be Aegon Targaryen, the son of Rhaegar and Jon's half-brother. At the end of Book 5, Aegon begins his conquest of Westeros, backed by Varys, seeking to depose Cersei.
Tell me something, Varys. Who do you truly serve?
The realm, my lord. Someone must.
Unfortunately, he was cut from the show completely. While the male Blackfyres were extinct, fans theorized that the women weren't, and that Aegon is the son of a Blackfyre. This explains why he's aided by the Golden Company, who despise Targaryens. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Many great houses remain by the end of the books and the TV show. They're in completely different positions, though. In the series, Bran Stark is elected the king, while his sister Sansa rules an independent North. The Greyjoys are ruled by Yara, but sadly aren't independent. Tyrion becomes the head of House Lannister. Gendry rules House Baratheon, Robin rules House Arryn, Bronn rules the Reach, Edmure Tully rules the Riverlands, and an unnamed Martell rules Dorne.
What's this?
A Song of Ice and Fire. Archmaester Ebro's history of the wars following the death of King Robert. I helped him with the title.
I suppose I come in for some heavy criticism.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
In the books, things are totally different, with the Martells seeking an alliance with Aegon. The Greyjoys are divided between Victarion and Euron Crozai, with the latter currently working on causing an apocalypse. The brutal Boltons hold the north, but thankfully, Wyman Manderley is sorting that out.
It is my theory, based on my years of work on the costly rock sewers, that clean water leads to a healthier population.
The Archmaester has done some research on this subject, and it turns out...
The strong live and the weak don't.
Do you have a favorite great house from Westeros? And if so, why? Let us know in the comments below.